Hi and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to paint the front cover of a brand new sketchbook and show you how I protect the painting with gloss medium and then reinforce the spine. This is an A4 black cloth hardcover sketchbook by C. White of Brighton, and I'll link it in the description box below. I've primed the front and back covers with 2 coats of gesso, and because the original cover was black, I used 2 coats to give more of a clean white surface for painting over. Apply the gesso with brush strokes going vertically and then horizontally until it's evenly covered. Don't forget to protect the front and back pages by inserting a sheet of paper or baking paper behind each cover to protect the pages from drips of gesso. The gesso will need 24 hours to completely dry, ready to be painted onto. Time to paint. So I've got these 2 small paintings that I created recently, and I want to use them as reference for my front and back covers. I probably won't copy them exactly, but the general composition and colour palette are what I want to replicate. I feel that these 2 paintings represent the direction my work is currently heading in, with these loose initial ink marks, which are then developed further with layers of acrylic paint. It's a process I've been really enjoying and hopefully will come to fill this book. I start by sketching in some loose movement lines with some willow charcoal, and then apply some water directly to the gesso, thinking about where I want the ink marks to flow. I found this super cheap hardware brush that I'd had for years and forgotten about, and now it's become my favourite tool for applying ink. I drop the ink into the water and create some interesting marks with the brush. As the bristles tend to separate into several clumps, I can create nice repetitive patterns just by pressing the brush onto the surface. Because I've been working on paper a lot recently, I kind of forgot that gesso doesn't absorb the ink as well, so I just mop up a bit of excess with kitchen roll. These dabs of kitchen roll also add to the texture of the ink effects. I then go in with some oil pastel marks in 2 shades of orange and some initial brush strokes of yellow ochre mixed with burnt sienna. Then I use my palette knife to scratch back and add some texture. I continue to build layers of acrylic paint around the ink marks, blurring the edges where the ink meets the paint with a decorator's brush or palette knife, and reapplying the ink where marks are lost. This process of building layers, covering and uncovering marks is really interesting to me. The palette I'm using is quite limited, with yellow ochre, buff titanium, raw umber, crimson red and white. So I'll leave you now to watch the rest of the process, or you can skip to the part where I varnish the covers and reinforce the spine. So I'm back now to protect the covers with some Liquitex gloss medium, and I'm using a flat brush with soft fine bristles to avoid too much streaking. I've made sure the painting has had a good long time to dry, and so I apply the gloss medium directly to the covers and then spread over the surface until everywhere is evenly coated. I then use brush strokes going horizontally across the cover and then vertically down the cover, overlapping them slightly as I go. I do 2 coats of the gloss medium on both the back and front cover, allowing them to dry for an hour between each coat. So the covers are now protected, and I should be able to wipe the book clean if it gets, or when it gets messy in the studio. Now I want to reinforce the spine and neaten up these edges where I've not painted down the side. I'm going to use brown framers tape, but you can use gaffer tape or electrician's tape, anything that's hard wearing. I prefer the look of the brown tape as my cover is quite neutral. I stick the tape firmly to the spine of the book, making sure there's some tape left overlapping. Then I trim the ends slightly and fold them down neatly around the curve of the spine. And that's it. I love painting sketchbook covers as they feel completely personal and unique to me. When I come to grab this book off the shelf in a few years' time, the cover will remind me exactly of where I was in my art journey and what I was interested in. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to know if you add any decoration to the front of your sketchbooks. Let me know in the comments below, and thanks so much for watching.